Hi guys, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. We're at the Belfry again, we're at the PGA National Golf Academy and we're talking about driving this video, and we're going to talk about a drill which you can do in practice which is going to hopefully help you hit the driver further, which everybody wants to do, I'm sure. So we're talking specifically about attack angle. Attack angle is to do with how the club is delivered to the ball, and if we've got the ground and the ball and the tee peg, we're looking at whether the club at the point of contact with the golf ball is working upwards or if the club is working downwards. We can have something in between where it's actually level with the ground, but most of the time if you hit a shot, it's going to fall into one of those two categories. So with the driver, because the ball is teed up and it's going to be a good inch and a bit off the ground, where possible, we want to hit up on the driver. We know through systems like TrackMan and technology that's come into the game in the last few years, we know now that we can look at the data. We know if you hit up on the ball, it does give you more distance by some 15-20 yards, and there aren't many golfers out there who can afford to give up 15-20 yards. So it's really kind of key that we work towards ensuring that we get this angle of attack correct with the driver, we hit up on it, and that's going to maximise the distance with your current golf swing. You're not going to have to necessarily swing any quicker to generate that extra distance. When the ball is on the ground, so that's going to be your pitch shots, your iron shots, your fairway wood shots, we have to hit down on the golf ball. It's only when the ball is teed up that we're able to hit up on it and we get that option. So if you are going to do this drill, just make sure it is only with a driver and it's not sort of taking away or affecting the rest of the game. So hit down with the irons and the fairway woods. When the ball is teed up on the driver, then we can hit up on it. So what we're after a good tee height initially, so let's get that ball nicely teed up. And then, as I said just then, we want that golf club to basically come into the golf ball and as it makes contact with the ball, be rising up away from the ground. If we can do that, that's, as I said, the way to maximise the distance. So, I have got my putter cover here. Okay, so it's just a putter cover. Just a little disclaimer here: make sure it's got no zips on it or any metal bits in it. That's just made of material, so it's got no hard bits in it. And what we're going to do is going to place it just over a foot in front of the tee peg. Okay, so I've got that just over 12 inches in front of my tee peg. That head cover is probably about the same depth as my driver, maybe a little bit deeper, so that gives you good indications of what that is. If you haven't got a putter cover like that, you can use something similar, maybe a towel, roll your towel up or something, and just place it so it's just a little bit deeper than the driver and just over 12 inches in front of the golf ball. Now, what we're looking for, we're looking to make some swings where the club hits the tee peg, but moves up over the head cover in this fashion here. So I'm hitting the tee peg, but I'm moving up over the head cover. That's going to give me the indication and the information that I need to tell me that my golf club is rising up through impact. There are a lot of golfers out there who are hitting down on the driver. Now, there isn't a rule of thumb here, but I would suggest that those golfers who are hitting down on the driver are probably the golfers who are also struggling with fades, slice shots, that kind of thing. If you have an out-to-win swing path where the club is moving left of target, there is a very, very good chance that you are also hitting down on the golf ball. If that's you and you fall into that category, you're going to find this quite difficult because initially you're going to hit the tee peg, that's fine, but you're going to continue and you're going to hit the head cover. That's going to give you the feedback that you need. So this is what you're going to do. Take a normal starting position, no golf ball, and you're just going to make a couple of swings and you're just going to try and feel that we do this. So I'm making contact with the tee peg, but I'm missing the head cover. Once you feel fairly comfortable and you started to get that in, you can introduce the golf ball. Okay. Now, you may again want to do this at a bit slower speed to begin with. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one because I think, well, I know my attack angle's pretty good. It's almost too much on the way up, so I should have no issues hitting this golf ball and missing that head cover. So let's have a go. Okay, pretty good shot. Pretty straight, and again, you can see the head cover's there. It didn't make any contact with that. So doing it without a golf ball first is probably beneficial to you. You can start then introduce the golf ball, leave the head cover there, and just start to feel as if you get this club working upwards. If you can do that, it will give you more distance, provided you're doing it in the right way. I did a video quite a few months back now, maybe a year ago, talking about hitting up with the driver. It's probably worth checking that out because it talks about different ways of doing it, and it's probably worth looking at that because it's going to make sure you don't do it the wrong way, because there is a wrong way and there is a right way. So go and check that out. Now, this is also a little bit related to the path. So the path is the direction that the club is moving as we make contact with the golf ball. The golfers who are hitting down, so the golfers who would struggle to miss the head cover, as we said, are probably the golfers who are going to hit those fades, those slices, because the path is to the left. What we would generally find would be, if the path is to the left, the club is also moving down. There are exceptions to the rule, we know that, but that's a pretty good relationship. The golfers who have a path which is excessively out to the right, me, would probably find that as the path is to the right, the attack angle is a positive one. It's working up and away. So, if you struggle with a fade, you struggle with a slice, you struggle with pulls, you believe your path is to the left, this drill can help. You're not thinking about the path, you're basically just trying to get that club to move up through impact. But if you're the kind of golfer who gets that club out here somewhere and you're hitting down and left, to miss that head cover, you're probably going to start to shallow the club a little bit, feel it's a little bit more behind you, and you're going to feel as if it's moving more up, but also more right of target. So it can be a sort of a bit of a dual purpose drill here. If we can get that club to move upwards, we can often find that that also shifts the path a little bit more to the right. I'm not suggesting it's going to move it to the right so you're going to start hitting lovely high draws, but you might find that if you are a slicer of the golf ball, you do fade it, this little drill does two things for you. It might give you a little bit more distance, and it might improve the path, and in turn that might improve the sort of the shape of the golf shots and see you hit a little bit more of a neutral ball flight. So really, really good drill. It's well worth doing. I'm just going to hit another couple for you. So I'm just going to take my normal setup, and all I'm trying to do here is just feel that golf club moves up over that head cover through impact. Okay, and again, pretty good drive, pretty happy with that. That actually looked like it went a little bit further than the previous one. So this isn't something I necessarily struggle with. If anything, I want to work the other way. I want to kind of work more out this way and hit down, because I tend to hit a little bit too much up and a little bit too much right. But very, very good drill for a lot of golfers who struggle with distance and also struggle with the shape. Just going to hit one more. Okay. Just one thing to note here. It may well be that to do this drill successfully, you might find that you have to raise the tee peg up slightly. Those golfers who have a left and down attack, so the path is left and they're hitting down, would often favour a smaller tee peg. So they'd be the golfers who really like to tee that ball down. If we can move you into this kind of more motion here where we are hitting up, you may well find that the tee peg has to rise up a little bit. So just take that into account. If you're struggling to do it and you've got a low tee peg, just try moving that tee peg up, and you might find that it's actually a little bit easier to achieve what you're trying to do, and that will give you better results on the golf course. Right, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments, then please post those down below in the box. I'll respond to as many as I can. Hit the like button if you liked it, and if you haven't done already, then please subscribe to my channel. Subscription is free, the videos are absolutely free, there's no cost involved whatsoever. They're just hopefully going to help you play some better golf next time you get out there on the course, and hopefully just get you to enjoy your golf a little bit more. So, as I say, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.